Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about some things that I didn't expect when I bought this bike. Now, I've already made a video on the speed, and you know it's not fast. I know it's not fast. My insurance knows it's not fast. It's not fast. So what else can you say about the GB? Some things that I didn't expect, some things that I wished I knew before buying. These things aren't intricate things like service intervals or anything like that. It's more a point of feeling. So what are some things that I wish I knew about the GB? For one, is that I'd always be looking back at it. Now, that sounds silly. It's not really a point on the bike, but I don't know. If a picture doesn't do it justice. Oh, I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it. Yeah, so I always look back at this motorcycle. You know, you could be in a Tesco car park and all of a sudden you're doing a photo shoot on the old GB. Why are you doing a photo shoot on the GB? Because it just makes you want to look back. It makes you want to take pictures. Oh, okay. I need to slow it down. My tyres are cold. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's just started raining. Let's relax. Calm down. Yes, it's still a GB, but anything's crashable. Everywhere I go, I get off the bike and I'm taking a photo of it. I'm looking at it in awe. I'm falling in love with the little thing. That's a rare thing for a bike. You know, you can always look back at it's a rare thing for this kind of bike because it's so inexpensive. It's so, yeah, budget. It's a GB350, you know. But no, you do end up looking back at it. You end up, you know, walking into posts because you're too busy looking at your GB. You walk off a cliff because you're looking at your GB. So be careful where you park your GB. Don't park it near a cliff. If you can't swim, don't park it near the ocean. You'll fall in. You'll be looking at your GB. You'll be trying to get that perfect photo, and then, yeah, bosh, in you go. Why do I look at it? Because it's got something. You can't quite put your finger on. Some retro bikes don't have the thing, but you can see that they're trying to have the thing. Like one of my commenters said, there's a Kawasaki W800 that has the thing. That is the retro look. That is beautiful. But then some of the Ducati Scramblers don't have it. They look like they're trying to be retro too hard. What else I wish I'd known is how this bike sort of changes you. It changes your mentality on how you view things. I've had fast bikes and it's kind of, it forces you to make a change, a mental shift, and for the better or the worse, if it's your only bike, you have to have that mental shift to enjoy it, which I think is quite unique because most bikes, you get on it and you kind of know whether you like it or not. And this bike molds your mind rather than you getting molded by it. Nah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, everyone. What I'm trying to say, but failing, is that this forces you to take a different perspective. Whereas some bikes you get on, you don't like, and that's it. If you spend time with this, it gives you the impression of get on it, and it changes who you are, what you're looking for out of your riding, even if you are Valentino Rossi himself. It makes you take a more measured approach to things. It's still fun, it's still incredibly fun. The emphasis on fun doesn't come entirely from what you expect a bike's fun to come from, like the visceral sensations of the brakes of how the tyres feel on the cutting edge of grip, the suspension, the chassis, everything like that. It's a different kind of fun. It's one that's not as easy to explain, but something, like I said, that I wish I'd known before is the mental change that this bike provides for you. It makes you enjoy the smaller things, the simpler things, the cheaper things. I've always had sort of expensive motorbikes, and this has sort of changed my mind and kind of opened my eyes to something that could be cheaper and still enjoyable but cheap. So here we are, here's the GB in all its glory. It's a bit dirty now, but something that I'd wish I'd known, or something that you might want to know, is that you can use this as your only bike. This can be your one and only. Again, we know about the speed, we know it's not fast, but other than that, if you don't have to rush anywhere, you can still maintain 70 miles an hour quite easily. You can take a pillion on this thing. You can go touring on this thing. And that's important because I bought this as a replacement for the Grom. And the Grom, you can't do those things. I mean, you can, not comfortably and well. Whereas this thing, it's a proper big bike, and comfort-wise, it's outstanding. So when you are thinking about your GB, can it be your one and only? Yeah, it can. Here it is. Here it is being the one and only. It's the only bike I've got, and I'm using it for everything, and I will do a trip. Trips are a-coming. A point which should be talked about is the price. Now, you know this before you buy the bike, and it's a single cylinder. It makes 94 mpg. It's cheap, right? But this bike actually has an extensive list of accessories, and these are all optional, of course. They've done the accessories quite well, and the accessories are quite expensive. So if you are getting into this bike thinking, oh, I'll get the nose cone, the bark busters, heated grips, everything, it should be noted that it is quite expensive. It can add up. It can make the bike more expensive than it seems on paper first. And that's kind of true nowadays with all bikes. But this bike still, it's just important to note, because this bike does look better with the nose cone, and I'm trying my hardest not to buy it. I don't need it. Yes, it looks nice, but I don't need it. See, I'm wrestling with it now. So bear that in mind when you're considering this bike. The accessories add up, if you don't mind that. It's a cheap bike anyway, so I suppose you can justify it. But it makes me think, of course Honda have to make money, but that nose cone, that vintage look, should the bike have come with that already? I don't know, you decide, you tell me. Something about this bike that also I wish I had known: you'll ride more. You will ride more. How many times do you look at the weather and it's a bit like this, it's kind of grey, spots of rain, and you think, I just can't be bothered to put my kit on and go out? Maybe it's because your bike's heavy, or maybe it's because it's so fast, it's like a super bike that, like, riding it is an event, and sometimes you just can't be bothered for an event. This is very honest about what it is, and you ride it more. You do. It's a real thing. Now, the slow speed control on this bike is so easy. And that brings me on to my next point. Slow speed control. I wish someone would have told me how easy slow speed control can be on this bike. If you're getting on a bit and maybe you've dropped bikes a couple of times, maybe you can't keep them up because you're getting too old. I'm sure there's a joke there. I don't do much city riding because I live in the countryside and I work in the countryside, so I'm not really the best person to tell you about that. But filtering, it's fantastic. I mean, this isn't exactly hard filtering right now. These people moving over for me, even on the other side of the road, you know. So yeah, filtering, he can do it. He can do it really well, actually. Just consider that. Have that as a bonus point. Have that as a niche. Something that you wish you knew before buying. I mean, you probably did know that before buying, right? It's quite an obvious thing about this bike. But yeah, it's so light. The bars, you have so much leverage. Your vision's good, so you can just filter. And I think that's a beautiful thing, especially if you're a new rider and you're a bit nervous. You're like, oh, I don't know if I should filter or not. I don't know if I want to learn how to filter. Consider the GB. I don't think Honda are trying to win with this bike, if that makes sense. I don't think they're trying to be the best in class. And in class, you have the Triumph, the 400s. You have Royal Enfields, the 350s, and even, I suppose, the 650s. They've come in with this one bike and they're selling loads of them. And they're winning in sales, but they're not trying to win on a spec sheet. They're not trying to win, this has this suspension, this has that suspension. They're trying to capture something else, and they've captured it. And it's like the feeling they've captured. They've captured the feeling with this motorcycle. They've done things that others don't do. They've put the bigger front wheel on. The Triumph now have one with the bigger front wheel, but again, it's expensive. And to win that spec sheet race, your price goes up. So they've won in a different way. They've won with the sales, but they've won by not going crazy. They've won by not doing too much. You don't need to be the very best. The essence of this bike is moulded into that philosophy, and I think that's why Honda's done so well with this. They've captured that philosophy in the riding experience and in the specs department. They know people that buy this are going to be honest with themselves about what it is. All in all, I've given you 5 reasons. If you are a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. At the moment, I'm trying to get to a stage where if I can get some more views, subscribers, etc., then I can review other bikes, because I get that seeing just about the GB350 can be a bit stale, and you want to see other things. You want to see trips. Trips are important. I'm a busy bee at the moment, so trips are hard to come by, but we'll try our best, and I'll leave you there. I'll say goodbye, and thank you for watching. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed it. It really does encourage me to upload. Okay, bye.